Kimsha Sewpal, and she is representing today Nqoba Green Solutions. Over to you.
Imagine making a profit using aquaponics through sustainable possibilities. Imagine having access to ideal food production and capturing fresh water from drainage systems and utilizing it. Good morning to the panel. The business idea is to provide healthy and affordable marron crayfish as an alternative choice to alleviate overfishing, specifically of rock lobster, as well as to produce leafy greens through aquaponics. This idea addresses sustainable development goals, which is life below water, sustainable cities, and food security. I aim to utilize domestic rainwater harvesting and later on stormwater for the deep water culture. Marron crayfish is a native crustacean from Australia. It is considered a delicacy. It was introduced to South Africa in 1970. The market demand for marron crayfish in South Africa outweighs the supply. Between 60 to 100 kgs are supplied weekly to urban markets at 250 rands per kg, to high-end supermarkets and restaurants in the Eastern Cape. KZN is suitable to produce marron, but does not farm it. The marron market is a multi-billion-dollar industry globally. The target market I identified is Woolworths. They have 155 full-line stores, 194 food stores, and 80 of which is in KZN. The competitors. A national survey revealed that there's less than 50 aquaponic farms in South Africa, 12 of which are commercial farms, and one is based in KZN in Richards Bay. Broadly, rock lobsters are sold between 500 to 1,000 rand per kg, and specifically, there's 2 crayfish marron farms in South Africa, which is based in the Eastern Cape. My business innovation model is farming crayfish in a tank in an aquaponics system will be the first in South Africa, as well as using stormwater. Crayfish are bottom feeders, and therefore aquaponics will render a healthy diet compared to pond-farmed marrons. My team consists of myself at the moment. I hold a bachelor's degree in geography and environmental management, and I have 4 years of retail experience in customer service, admin, and clinical research. I do, however, require human resources, such as an accountant, marketing and technical officers, fish specialists, workers, and I plan on overcoming this capacity constraint by sourcing graduates from the Water Research Commission's program. In 2019, I registered a PTY business. In 2021, I won a business challenge at the UKZN. In 2022, I anticipate the 10,000 Rand funding. In 2023, I aim to start a component of an aquaponics system to farm leafy greens. According to the feasibility study, 5 million Rand is required to yield 4 tons of marron crayfish. The internal rate of return is 7%. To work towards this goal, I will utilize the 10,000 Rand funding to generate an income for research and development. The break-even is expected to be after 5 months, with a closing balance of 12,775 Rand. Apart from funding, I would like to work closely with the government to ensure that this idea is possible. Let's create a better life to create a better future. I thank you.
Thank you, Kimsha. You did so well on time. So there's 30 seconds extra then that I'm going to add onto the adjudication. Thank you. Are you comfortable?
Yes, yes, I'm fine. Okay.
Over to the dragons. They're so quiet. What's happening? You need a mic?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well done, Kimsha, on that presentation. Very well articulated. I think my first question is, what is the relation between rock lobster and maroon crayfish?
Okay, thank you for your question.
Is it maybe in the taste, or is it a sustainability issue that you're trying to solve there? And also, I see your payback. You are looking at about 20 years payback. And do you think that any of your investors, are going to be that patient? Well, as you yourself as the entrepreneur in the business, is it sustainable for you to wait 20 years to get payback? Otherwise, compelling case there, and well done.
Okay, thank you for your questions. So rock lobsters are actually called crayfish in South Africa, and they are marine creatures, and they used to be harvested at 4,000 tons before. And over the recent years, because of the decline in its reproduction, they're now harvesting 2,000 tons. So there's a decline in the economic growth with rock lobster. Also the taste, as you mentioned, there is a difference in taste because one is salt water and the other is fresh water. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't know if there's a...
I'll be quick. I had the same first question as Billy. Another question I have. You mentioned 2 farms in the Eastern Cape that are producing but not sufficient yields. What sort of numbers do those farms produce? Do you have any idea?
Okay, so the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, Forest and Fisheries, did a feasibility research. They did not mention specific numbers or even the names of the farms, so I'm unable to answer that question.
Thank you.
Super. Thank you. Thank you very much for that awesome presentation. You mentioned Woolworths as your potential off-taker. Have you identified what what their requirements are, for them to procure from you? Also in terms of quantities as well, And then I think my last question will actually be, how much do you require? I know you mentioned 5 million rands and you talked about the internal rates of return, but how much do you need, to get your process forward?
Okay, thank you for your question. With Woolworths, you need to register on a portal to become a supplier. So there is a procedure that you'd have to go through. They do identify and evaluate your products before they accept it. They do support local farmers, which is 30% of the local farmers. So once I do have the product, then I would be able to give them an estimate as to how much I can supply them, because at the moment you'd require a permit to farm crayfish, the marron crayfish. So it's all in the process, I would say.
How much do you need? Because I saw the 10,000 rands that you are anticipating for this year. So I just want to, how much do you need?
Regarding farming marron, in total, okay, the minimum would be 100,000 to set up an aquaponics system for a prototype, and as it progresses, I will apply for permits and so forth. Currently, the Southern Africa, I'm engaging with someone from the Innovation Hub over there regarding the discussions they're having in July for permits.
Yeah, on the permits issues, how long does it take to get a permit?
Okay, so I'm not too sure as yet because they did not. It's not readily available on the site, on the website of the Department of fisheries, forestry and fisheries, because it's an ongoing discussion at the moment. So
even if you get the money, you can't start, right?
the marron crayfish part,
Yeah.
yes, not at the moment.
What can you start?
I can start leafy greens,
Okay.
so growing leafy greens, and also ornamental fish, which I can supply to a local pet shop, which I am affiliated with. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So at the moment, the money you need is to start the lean business model. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. The leafy greens and the
Ornamental fish.
Okay.
Yes.
And how much do you need for that?
A minimum of 100,000, I
Okay.
would say, a minimum. It can be more if you'd like to, invest.
I'm more interested on the 7 million part. I'm happy to invest on the 7 million.
Thanks, Kimsha. Your presentation was great. That's why Rest is saying he'll go with the 7 million. So talk to me about your supply chain. What is your feedstock? Or how you plan to balance that out for your marron?
Okay, so with freshwater crayfish, which is the marron crayfish, they are omnivores. So with growing the leafy greens, and obviously there would be waste from it, I intend on using it to feed the crayfish. Yeah.
Sorry, we are unfortunately out of time, so we just need to be fair. Sorry, Kimsha, out of time, unfortunately. But thank you very much. You did really well. Hand of applause. Thanks.
My name is Kimsha Sewpal, and I'm here for the Dragon Dens pitch. But
And how would you say the pitch went?
it went very well. Yeah, it did.
Okay. And then any special message that you'd like to say to Youth Bridge Trust for bringing this initiative together?
I would like to thank the Water Research Commissions and the partners, which is, Youth Bridge Trust, for allowing graduates to be involved in this opportunity, because it's so growthful and eventful. And I would encourage other graduate young youth to partake in this.